Hey everybody, hey, welcome to my Thursday lunchtime live, the weekly mindset show. I'm Suzanne James and I've got a great session for you today. Who's here live? Let me know who's here live. I've got a funny box come up in the corner of my live now, so I don't know what that is. But let me know who's here live and drop me a hey if you are here. And hey Debbie, nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Just put some comments in here if you are here live. Say a hey, don't sit in the sidelines. I want you to join in today. And if you're catching up on replay, also just do a hashtag replay as well so that I know you are watching and I can come back to any of your comments later on. You're going to love today's session. This is about now letting go of the things that just do not serve you anymore. Hey Claire, nice to see you. And we're going to finish off today with a really powerful meditation. So, hey there Debbie, lovely to see you. We're going to finish off on a powerful meditation today. So if you're in a comfy, in a place that you can actually do that, it would be great for you to do it live today. You're really going to enjoy that. So let's get on to it. So first of all, why do I love NLP so much? Because for me, the human mind is one of the most powerful and important tools that we can really access. And NLP is like the user manual for the mind. It helps us understand what's kind of going on in there, and it also changes stuff that is not working for us. We are what we think, and what we think we do actually become. So the one thing that I'm really going to tackle today that comes up all of the time is one of the things that kind of blocks us moving forward. And it's one of the biggest blocks that I actually see. I see it come up so often, and it's the I'm not worthy mindset. And it's often the most tricky one to sort out. So as a coach, it's one of the less obvious things that you're going to come with. We don't kind of walk around, do we, kind of going, yeah, I'm not worthy. It shows up in much more subtle ways. It shows up in different ways for us. It's not an obvious thing. It's not a conscious thing that we actually have, because on the surface, you probably do tell yourself that you are worthy of that success, that you are worthy of all of the financial abundance that you dream about, of all of these amazing things that you want. But the reality is usually very different. And so it's one of those beliefs that is taking place at the much deeper level. And that's where NLP comes in, because a lot of the work that I do as a coach with the powerful NLP tools is at that unconscious level. Because actually, whilst you might sort of think to yourself, I am worthy of that success, there's going to be some deep-rooted stuff going on in your unconscious. And it's the actual results around you that tell us what's going on. It's the actual thing. So you might be saying, yeah, I'm worthy of getting £10,000 months. I'm worthy of getting that. But actually the stuff probably going on at a much deeper level that stops us doing that. And that's going on in your unconscious, and it's your unconscious that runs the show. Hate to tell you that, but what we think consciously isn't what's going on there. It's the stuff going on at the unconscious level. And I actually talked about this a couple of weeks ago in one of my lives on self-sabotage, and kind of your net worth is linked to your self-worth. Because unworthiness, that belief that we're actually not worthy of that success, often shows up as self-sabotage. It's when things are going really, really well for us and we suddenly start to question it, don't we? That old voice pops up. And let me know, put in the comments if any of this rings true for you. So things are going really, really well, and then all of a sudden we've got that little voice that's saying, oh, this is too good to be true. This isn't going to last. What's actually going to go wrong? I know it's going to go wrong because nothing good ever lasts. what about the old favourite, you know, that we actually start having a good month with money. We actually suddenly start, oh, that's all right, Kaylee, nice to see you. I'm glad that they're inspiring you. You know, the old one bit about the money bit that, again, you know, we're suddenly thinking, yay, I'm suddenly earning money. I've got clients coming in, I've got customers coming in, I'm suddenly starting to earn money. And then what happens? Suddenly we've got unexpected costs come up, or things start breaking down. All of this stuff actually falls in under the category of, you know, believing you're not worthy or deserving of the good things that life's got to offer. It's that kind of the stuff that's going on under the surface. So let me know how it shows up for you. Do you know that? Do you know how this might actually show up for you? Let me know in the comments there if any of this that I've just already said rings true for you, or if something else is how it kind of shows up for you. Because like I said, it won't be that you're sitting there going, I'm not worthy. It's not as obvious as that. It really isn't. But all our thoughts and our words create our actions, you know, so they then produce the kind of the results that back up our beliefs. So if deep down we believe that we're not worthy of the good stuff to happen to us, then actually we look for stuff to actually back up our beliefs on that. We look for the evidence to do that. And then, so you're always creating your reality. So the results that you get is what the evidence actually is of what's going on in your mind. Your reality is based on your beliefs, you know, whether that's positive or negative. You know, because beliefs can either really drive you forward and be really empowering, or they can be the stuff that holds you back. Because, you know, when you believe that you're not worthy of either success or of love or of wealth and abundance, you know, you will literally repel those things away from you. You will take actions, again, not consciously, you will take actions that will literally sabotage the very thing that you want coming to you, and you will drive it away. Let me know if any of this has ever happened to you. Let me know if you've kind of been going along thinking, yeah, everything's going really well for me, and then all of a sudden, bam, something takes you out, and you suddenly start doubting again. Just let me know if these are the things that come up for you. And it's all done with good intention. You know, it's, your mind's not doing this kind of on purpose. This stuff comes up for you to kind of keep you in your comfy zone. That's the safe place, isn't it? You've probably heard all of this before. It's kind of doing it out of love in a way. It thinks it's doing the right thing for you. It's keeping you safe, you know, because doing new things, up-leveling, these thoughts are there to keep you safe from actually stepping out and you know, maybe taking a risk. But the reality is actually it doesn't keep us safe, because in reality what it does is holds us back and keeps you down. So the first thing I want you to do, because like I said, it's not always so obvious, is I want you to recognise what happens, what comes up for you when things suddenly start going well. What then just generally happens? You know, what do you actually do? What are the kind of the negative patterns that happen as soon as the good stuff starts coming up for you? Now, it might be your relationships. It might be, you know, your career, you know, or money, for instance, or your health. So it might be that you want love. You know, you're after a new relationship, and then all of a sudden you meet somebody, and then you suddenly start, you know, being possessive or nagging, or you know, doing things that is actually stopping you kind of getting the love that you've had, and it will all be stemmed from the belief that you have about yourself that you don't deserve love. So think about that for you first. When things are coming up, what is it that you're doing? What are your self-sabotaging behaviours? You know, you might start avoiding doing something. You might start putting things off. you might actually, whatever it is, have a think about, first of all, when things are going really well, what do you then do to stop you getting everything that you really, really want? For me, money and health have always been my areas of self-sabotage. So if things are going well, suddenly, I may become ill, for instance, that stops me going to that next step. Or, you suddenly, you're getting, the consistent income, and then something else will come up that will go, oh, I've got to go and pay that. Oh, is it good timing for you, Hazel? I'm so glad that it's good timing for you. And so we've got an exercise to do now. So I want you to actually be doing something today. I want you to now be thinking about, I want you to look back over your past results. Look back over your past results, and I want you to spot the patterns that come up for you. And then I want you to look at what were perhaps the thoughts that started off those patterns. What are you thinking as those patterns begin? So if suddenly you kind of go, you suddenly start earning money, for instance, and you're getting customers coming in, do you then suddenly start saying, oh, I'm going to launch a new course, for instance, and I'm not going to get people sign up for that. So what happens? It's kind of, you're already sabotaging your own success on that. So have a think about that. Look at what comes up when things are suddenly starting to go well. What are you doing to trip yourself up? What are you doing that's not letting you go to that next level? Just note what comes up for you. Write it all down. What are your patterns that you notice? Like I said, you might have to dig deep on these. You might have to dig deep, because it's not going to always be obvious that you're self-sabotaging, because you really can't believe that you would actually stop yourself from getting success, would you? But this is exactly what you're doing. So make a note of it. Write it all down first. Really dig deep and be honest with yourself. And, then you are, once you've written them all down, you're then in a much better position to spot them when they come up again. So you're aware of them now. You're aware of them. So then we can do the work. We can then start doing the work. So when you've written everything down, the next time something comes up, I want you to look at those thoughts without emotion. Detach yourself from them. So if let's just say, for instance, like I said, mine was money. It used to be money, and it's something that I still have to keep a check on, because these are stuff, it's a constant evolving process. Let's just say I take myself to my next level of income. So let's just say, I'm consistently hitting 10k months. My next income level is £20,000 months. So then you're suddenly starting to if I suddenly have a good month and then it goes down, I can then start actually looking at what are the thoughts going on there when I think that. So it might be that I write £20,000 months, but I don't really believe that I'm actually going to be doing that. So I start discounting prices and things like that. So, I've noticed that. So then I'm going to ask myself, and these are the questions that I want you to ask yourself once you've done the deeper work first, is, does this thought serve me? Does this thought serve me? Is it getting me closer to me living my dream, or is it here to try and keep me from them? By asking that question, you're removing the power that thought has over you. You're then going to decide if that thought is actually true for you. So I might say something like, oh, people are not going to actually be able to afford my program, so I'm not going to get to that higher level. So I'm looking at that first, and I'm going to ask myself, does that thought serve me? Well, no, it doesn't. Because I provide, I help people transform their lives. So is that thought there serving me? No, it's not. It's actually going to stop me from moving forward. So I then ask myself, decide if that thought is true or not. Because just because you think something, it doesn't mean it's actually true. You almost have to become your own private investigator, your own detective, and actually look at that thought, and you decide whether you are actually going to add weight to that thought or not. You have that choice. So you can actually choose at any time whether to believe that thought or let it go. So when I might say, oh, they're not going to be able to, afford that price, I choose whether I want to believe that or not. So once I've done that, I want you to then decide, do I want that thought to be true going forward? Do I want that thought to be true going forward? If the answer is no, stop it right now. Stop it dead in its tracks. Don't give any value or weight to that thought. Stop saying it to yourself. The minute you catch yourself saying that thought and you kind of go, does it help me achieve my dreams, or is it trying to stop me? Is it true? Do I want it to be true going forward? The minute you've decided that no, you don't, stop it dead in its tracks. Drop the word from your vocabulary. Don't actually entertain it. Don't engage in it. Don't entertain those thoughts. Acknowledge the thought for bringing it to your attention. So, your unconscious mind doesn't do it out of, maliciousness. It's doing it to keep you safe. So acknowledge the thought. I always say, thank you. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. But I'm fine and I'm doing it anyway. And shut it down. Don't allow it the airtime to grow. Just remember that what we do focus on actually grows, whether that's positive or negative. So choose to focus on the things that you want to happen, not on what you don't want to happen. Immediately change the subject, by thinking of your dream life. So suddenly go back into, tune into your why, tune into your passion. Again, for me, I am passionate about transforming ambitious women's lives. I know that the tools I use are hugely powerful. So the minute I have a thought that I think is stopping me moving to do that, I tune into, what is my dream life? What do I want to achieve? What am I passionate about? Why do I want to live the life that I want to do? I'm designing it at the end of the day. I'm the creator of everything that I've got in my life. So it's got to be on my terms. So you've got to ignore those pesky little thoughts that are trying to send you off onto a different path. And again, I just want you to also to be quite kind to yourself, because, you've probably had this stuff going on for a really long time. These are beliefs, like I said, are the deep-rooted ones. They're not the ones that are quite obvious for you. So they're going to be really, really deep-rooted. And they're going to take a little bit of time probably to get rid of. So that's why you've got to be on the alert. You've got to be on the alert for stuff coming up. If you suddenly start going really well and then you dip, what's going on? You've got to be really alert for what's actually going on. But it's also why I work so closely with my fab ladies that I've got in my programs. We work on reprogramming their mind, reprogramming these beliefs that are coming up for them. They, because they're not going to go without a fight. They're going to kick up a bit of a stink every now and then. They're not going to suddenly go, oh yeah, okay, that's absolutely fine. It's a straight line to success from now on. It doesn't happen that way. So they're not going to go without a fight. You have to be on your alert. But I'm there fighting for you. I'm there in your corner for you. I'm not going to allow you to ruin a good thing. You've got these dreams for a reason. So I am not going to let these negative, self-limiting beliefs hold you up and run your life for you from now on. I'm here to help you change them permanently. So you've got to be aware, and you've got to then change the subject each time that they arise. It really is. Time is right now. The time is right now for you to let go of these things that don't serve you anymore. You've got to change the voice inside your head. So, hope you found that useful. We're going to finish off today with a really powerful meditation. A really, really powerful one that is going to break down these walls, these limiting beliefs that you've created, so that you can actually step into this, creating the life that you really desire. So, first of all, I'm going to just take a drink. I'm going to pull up my notes for this so that, oops, I'm dropping my notes. I'm going to pull up my notes for this for you. Okay, sit yourself comfortably. Make sure you're in a safe place. So if you're driving, obviously you need to switch off now. This is obviously it's a deep meditation, and I want you to be really tuned into it. So if you need to catch up on replay, when you are in a safe place to listen to it. Okay. So I want you to just take a moment, and I want to invite you to take a slow, deep breath in and out. Slowly breathe in and slowly breathe out. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. Make sure you're in a comfortable seated position. And I now invite you to place yourself within the centre of a circle. In the centre of a circle with walls all around it. And these walls are made completely of bricks from top to bottom. You can make this circle as big or as small as you want it to be. If you prefer a bigger circle with much more space, if you're more comfortable with that, then please do that. This is your own silo. You are inside this circle. And I want you to know, no matter how big or small your silo is, how big or small your circle is around you, you're safe, you're protected. There's no judgment, no harm. There's no danger for you. Just sit yourself comfortably in your circle. And I want you to now think of something right now that you greatly desire. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's money, whether that's success, happiness, abundance. I want you to tune right into that desire right now. Now I want you to think of all the things that have blocked that desire from coming to you. Anything you've heard, anything you've seen, anything that stopped you achieving that desire. Any past mistakes, judgments, lack of finances, anything that stopped you moving forward. And I want you to just notice now that all of those words of everything that stopped you in the past are written on those walls that are all around you. Whatever has stopped you, it's all written on those walls all around you. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Breathe in and out. And again, and notice this time that as you exhale, all those walls start crumbling around you. All those walls start turning to rubble. They're all tumbling down all around you. Just notice that they've now all disappeared. All those past blocks have all just disappeared. You deserve to be a wealthy, successful woman. Abundance is meant for you. Success, wealth, health and happiness is meant for you. Abundance is meant for you. You are a powerfully charged success magnet. Every day you become more and more of the woman you deserve to be. You are ready right now to receive money, success, happiness and abundance. Enjoy receiving everything that you're worth. You have everything you need inside of you to be super successful, confident and abundant. New opportunities are being presented to you. You are ready. You are worthy of all the success, money and abundance that's coming to you. It's your birthright. Now I want you to go to a year from now and just see the more confident, successful you in a state of flow. Notice how you look, how you light up, how healthy, happy and abundant you look. How proud you feel, knowing that you did this. You made this happen. You are successful and abundant, and it's all because of you. Just soak it all up now. Just soak up all of those feelings right now. And now I want you to come back to your body now. Just focus on your breathing again. Come back to now. And just open your eyes, worthy and successful woman. Take a deep breath. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed today's session and we've managed to crack some of those sort of beliefs that you've got going on deep inside of you. And I hope you enjoyed that sort of powerful meditation at the end. Please let me know what your biggest takeaways are of today's session. Just drop them in the comments. I do read all of the comments and I will come back to you today. So pop anything in there. Let me know how you found today. Hope you've enjoyed that and have a wonderful rest of the Thursday and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.